If I talk about microeconomics, we have covered Unit 1 introduction. From Unit 2, we have done 2 chapters. That is theory of demand and elasticity of demand. From Unit 3, we have covered 1 chapter, that is production. So that is the syllabus of microeconomics which we have done. Now, if I talk about macroeconomics, statistics in economics. From statistics, we have done chapter number 1, introduction, and chapter number 2, collection of data. These 2 chapters we have done in statistics. So first of all, I welcome all the new students who are taking the class for the very first time. Now please be regular and don't miss any class, because from today all classes, all periods will be there as usual. And the topics which we have covered, the chapters which we have done, I request you all to please go to our school YouTube channel, for which link I have already shared with you. And you can just check all the videos there of different topics. And please start learning from the videos also. And if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me anytime to ask your doubts. All right. So now I'm sharing this screen and we are going to start the next chapter. Census and sample method of collection of data. Census and sample method of collection of data. The point arises, what is sample method and what is census method? What is collection of data? So let me tell you that we have already covered that what is collection of data in the last chapter. We did there that collection of data means where it's a process to collect the data. And the data can be collected in 2 ways. It can be the primary data as well as it can be the secondary data. When we say primary data, जिससे डाटा चाहिए उसी से आप डाटा कलेक्ट कर रहे हो, है ना? That is the primary data. And what was the secondary data? Means you are not directly collecting the data from the source. You are collecting the data from some other person. That is the secondary data. So ultimately, primary as well as secondary data, 2 types of data were there. We have already covered. And primary data can be collected by various methods. Direct personal interview, indirect oral investigation, है ना? इस तरह से बहुत सारे methods भी हैं. So that is the other thing. We have already covered that in the previous chapter. So now I'm taking the census and sample survey. देखिए, first is the census survey and the second is the sample survey. So let us first talk about census survey. That what is census survey? Just have a look at this. Census means the total population. Suppose there are 1200 students in our school and I want to know about their address of all those 1200 students. So what I am doing is I'm doing this study on all 1200, which means I am not leaving anybody. I'm taking the information from all 1200 students of my school, which means I have involved everybody into this study. You know, that is known as census survey or census method of collecting the data. I hope I'm clear. But I feel like 1200 is actually a lot, and I can't involve all 1200 into my study. Definitely, the study should be done to some targeted population only, not to all, not to cover everybody. Now, here I will be taking only one sample, adequate sample from the target population, and I will be doing study on those people, on that sample. That will be known as sample survey or sample method. All right, I hope I am clear. उसको हम बोलते हैं सेंसस मेथड और सैंपल मेथड और सैंपल सर्वे. आप घर पे मम्मी राजमा बनाती है, वो क्या करते हैं, when they think that it is about to cooked, they taste one spoon. She tastes one spoon that whether that is being cooked or not, properly cooked or not. Now tell me whether it will be the sample method or it will be the census method. Namish has given the answer. That will be the census method or sample. Ishita also correct. Dhruv correct. Dhruv Bansal. Ambika correct. Nilima correct. That is the sample method, because we are not considering every aspect of the population. We are considering only one spoon. अब ऐसा तो नहीं है that she tastes each and every piece of rajma and she thinks that it should be the census or sample. कि वो पूरा बन गया कि नहीं बन गया वो चेक करने के लिए she is tasting the complete all rajmas together. तो टेस्टिंग में पता चला कि पूरी सब्जी खत्म, टेस्ट हो गया सारा. So census method is always when you are involving each and everybody in the population for the study. Suppose अभी कोरोना वायरस टाइम चल रहा है, कोविड-19 का टाइम चल रहा है, बहुत सारी स्टडीज गवर्नमेंट को करनी होती हैं related to vaccination, related to suppose medication, relating to symptoms. बहुत सारी studies government has to do, and for that government need to take the COVID-19 patients. Now government is not involving everybody in this study. Government is not involving everybody in this study. Government is taking the adequate number of people. If you know, when Baba Ramdev introduced Coronil, उससे पहले he took the press conference उन्होंने किया, क्या कहा उसके अंदर, we have involved almost 400 people. We have taken study with almost 400 people, coronavirus patients, and according to that, the study says that Coronil is actually perfect. So that is the sample study or that is the census study? Please tell me. He is taking 400 people, adequate sample from the entire population, and is going to make a study on that. That is the sample study. Very good. But if the point is that you have to involve everyone, अगर कोई ऐसी study आ जाए where you have to involve everybody, then it will become the census method. All right. So please make sure that census method is the one in which the target population, the entire population is being covered to make a study. That is known as the census study. But when data is to be collected only from some members of the population, where we are not involving everybody, we are involving only some members of the population, then it is known as sample survey. फिर हम उसको बोलते हैं sample survey. I hope this is clear. चलें आगे. The meaning of census and sample is, I think, clear to all. Okay. Now, sampling method advantages over census method. Let's see that what can be the advantages of sampling method. If you take up some sample and you are not involving everyone in this study, you are taking some sample, don't you think definitely it would give you a proper speech? है ना? There will be a proper speed of performing the study. Why? Because if you are involving everyone, that means in that case, you have to make a study with everybody, right? But when you are doing the sampling method, when you are following the sampling method, then in that case, the speed will be high and less time will be required to make the sample study. Definitely less time will be required, right? Then secondly, economy, less expensive. Sampling method will be less expensive, of course. Whether you just say it with on the basis of time, then time consuming ke basis per bhi, even efforts will be required less for that. Time consumption will be required less, and also in the terms of money, it would be cheaper, it would be economic as compared to the other method, census. Why? Because in census you are considering everybody. When you are involving everybody, it will require more time and more efforts. Definitely more experts will be required to perform the task. So if more experts will be required, then you need to give them more salaries. But when it comes to the sampling method, in that case you don't require more experts. In that case you don't require more time, much time. So within less time as the task can be done, so definitely it would be the more economic one as compared to the other method of collecting the data and doing the study. If I talk about the next, that is adaptability. Easily adaptable. Maximum studies in the India and even the world are done on the basis of sample study, not on the basis of census study. Yes, even if in a factory where the bulbs they are making the bulbs or tube lights, they are not testing each and every bulb that they are making. They are not testing each and every bulb. If in a day they are making 10,000 bulbs, definitely a adequate number of sample, almost 1 to 2,000 bulbs they would be testing each day, that whether जो bulbs बन रहे हैं वो ठीक बन रहे हैं कि नहीं बन रहे हैं. That is the sample study. Even if you are making Maggie at your home, you are not going to taste each and every noodle, that whether it is being cooked or not. No, you are just going to taste one spoon, right? Whether it is being cooked or not. You are just going to take one adequate number of sample. It will just tell us and tell you that it is being cooked or actually not. So that is the sample study. And moreover, 95% of studies which are being done in the world are the sample studies only. So these are easily adaptable also. These studies are easily adaptable also, which means you can easily adapt the sample study. You don't need to just, you don't need to go for like it's very broad or it's very expensive or it's very time consuming. It has all features, it has all advantages. So definitely it is more good as compared to census study. Scientific approach. Of course, scientifically also sample method is being found good because it is more dependable. You don't need to because it has less manpower is there, less administrative control is there, and ultimately because it is less expensive also, less time consuming also. So scientifically also it is being adopted by everyone, because science also says in spite of having testing each and everything, you should test adequate number of samples. So accordingly, this method, census method, is being found more good as compared to others. Then census method advantage over sampling method में, अगर if we talk about now census method, ये तो ऊपर पढ़ा हमने sample method के advantages, but now what are the advantages of census method? Census method gives exact and accurate results, because here you are testing everyone. And when I'm testing everybody, which means where I am considering everyone, then definitely it will give me exact number of or accurate result. You know, exact result will be given to me when I am taking everybody into the study. Then sampling used in infinite cases when census can't be measured or studied. 1 second, please. Sampling is used in infinite cases while census can't measure or study it. Where? Generally क्या होता है? Sampling is done only where you feel that census is not will be a good option. Like in COVID-19 cases, there are many patients all around the world. Many patients, है ना? And when you want that vaccination should be there for the COVID-19 patients to dead or to basically cure the problem of coronavirus, then you can't test everyone into the census. That you are going to vaccine everybody first and you are going to take the result of that. Is it possible that giving vaccination to entire population of India and then making a study whether it was successful or not? Is it possible? Can you go for the census method in this case? We can't go for the census method in this case at all. We can't go for that method. Why? Because census is not possible in this case. You have to study about the vaccination, the result of vaccination, whether that is accurate or not, whether that is right or not. So in that case, you need to do something, right? In that case, you need to do something, and for what we are doing, we are going to follow the sample method, है ना? अच्छा, sampling method used in infinite cases where census can't measure or studied. For example, inspection of bombs, test on quality of apples in those census destroyed all itself. अब देखो होगा क्या? Suppose inspection of bomb. You want to inspect the bomb and defuse it. तो you are going to do क्या method आप follow करने वाले हैं उसके लिए? Of course sample only. Census possible ही नहीं है उसके अंदर. आपने एप्पल टेस्ट करने हैं, अच्छे बने हैं नहीं बने, क्वालिटी टेस्ट करनी है, तो कुछ ही तो सिलेक्ट करके करोगे ना, ये सारे खा के देखोगे एक एक करके, फिर बचेगा क्या स्टडी करने के लिए, है ना? क्वालिटी इंश्योर करने के लिए तो कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं फिर उसके अंदर. सो सैंपल के अंदर वी आर टेकिंग ओनली एडिक्वेट नंबर ऑफ सैंपल एंड मेकिंग द स्टडी, एंड इन द सेंसस मेथड वी आर टेकिंग द सेंसस, मींस ऑल पॉपुलेशन टुगेदर एंड डूइंग द स्टडी. पहले मुझे बताओ इतना क्लियर है सबको यहाँ तक? देन आई विल बी मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. Itna is clear to everybody, or any doubt is there? Please tell me. Please write in the chat box and tell me if it is clear or some doubt is there. Okay. Next. Pros and cons of census method. Pros and cons means pros मतलब advantages and cons means disadvantages. अभी जरा census method के बारे में हम पढ़ रहे हैं और detail. It's a true measure. Can you define how it's a true measure? Siddhi, that is census can't be measured means that you can't do study on the basis of census method in various things. For example, I told you about the that coronavirus patients vaccination study. So you can't go for census method in that case, that you're going to give the vaccine to each and every or entire population of India. That means for 135 crore people, and then you are measuring that whether it was successful or not. ये तो गलत है बिल्कुल, because you would have given vaccine to some people first and see the result. So census can't be possible in that case. Okay. Namish is saying accurate and reliable information is provided. It gives the accurate result because information is directly collected from citizen. Very good, everybody. Harshita also. True measure. The point is true measure. Pros के अंदर, advantages के अंदर. It gives you true measure actually. Why? Because the information is directly collected from the citizens, no doubt. And census method means you are considering the entire population into consideration. You are doing the study of entire population. So definitely there would be the reliable information, exact information, true information will be there. All right. The second is benchmark data obtained for future studies. Definitely. Census method gives you the benchmark data also. You know, in India, after every 10 years, there is the census. There is the census done. है ना? आपको पता है इंडिया के अंदर सेंसस होता है. Last census was done in 2011. Last census 2011 में हुआ था, where the population counting is being done, जिसमें population counting की जाती है. Next census will be done in 2021. Next census 2021 में होगा, जिसमें एक तो population की counting होती है, and with that birth ratio, death ratio, literacy rate, life expectancy, sex ratio, ये सारी चीजों को find out किया जाता है. All right. So ultimately, census method gives you the benchmark data for future studies or further studies. Because on the basis of, suppose if I got the secondary data that we have 135 crore population in India, then on that basis, we can actually easily make studies, you know, for future, whatever study I want to make. So census method gives you benchmark data also for the future studies. Then the detailed information for subgroups. The detailed information is also given by the census method. Detailed information क्यों है? Because we are considering everyone into this study. Then what are the cons? कुछ इसके negative points देखते हैं census method के. Higher cost. जब 2011 में सेंसस हुआ इंडिया के अंदर, पॉपुलेशन काउंट की गई, तो गवर्नमेंट ने न्यूमरेटर्स अपॉइंट किए. न्यूमरेटर्स आपको पता है कौन है ना? I told you in the last chapter of collection of data what are the numerators. Who are the numerators? Please tell me who are the numerators. Write in the chat box and tell me who are the numerators. Write in the chat box and tell me who are numerators. Educated people who are being appointed for interrogation, and people who fill questionnaire for information providers, who actually collect the desired information, person who takes the questionnaire to the doorstep of respondent. Very good, Piyush Vatwani. Siddhi, a person who are appointed to help in investigation. Good. Ankita, people with the help of them, investigator collects information. Very good. So ultimately, numerators are the persons who are being appointed by the investigator and who goes to the doorstep of respondent and collect the information and fill in the questionnaire. So that is the numerator. In 2011, when census was done in India, government appointed government school teachers to be as a numerators. Then definitely government had higher cost. It involved higher cost, huge cost, because for covering up every person, the entire population in the census, definitely in that case government had to go for various things. So it was like higher cost was involved. Then long time to collect and process. In the census method, definitely it takes long time to collect the data and also to process the data, because the entire population is being entire population is being there. So definitely it takes long time to collect the data first and then process the data and get to know the result of the data. Then difficult to numerate as well, because sometimes some persons may be left out. So it's not that hard and fast that everybody will be taken into the consideration. जब होता है ना population count भी जब इंडिया में होती है, तो बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग होते हैं जो रह जाते हैं, जो कहीं पे शेल्टर होम्स में रह रहे हैं या कोई फुटपाथ पे रह रहे हैं. काफी सारे लोग उसमें रह भी जाते हैं जिनकी कंसिडरेशन नहीं हो पाती है पॉपुलेशन के अंदर. So that is also being there. Okay. Now pros and cons of sampling method. अब देखते हैं जरा सैंपल मेथड के क्या एडवांटेज और डिसएडवांटेज है. Let's talk about the sampling method advantages first. Low cost, because you are taking only some people into the consideration for study, then definitely low cost is involved. Less time consuming, because we are not taking the entire population into the study. When some people or some sample are being taken from the study, it actually takes the less time only. Representative average result, the result given by the sample method is suitable on an average. ठीक है ना, वो सब पे सही होगा ऐसा नहीं होता, वो on an average ही सही होता है. ठीक है. Okay, then we talk about the disadvantages also. Let's talk about that. Not representative total population. You know, it is the not representative of total population. You have to see to it. वो total population का एक तरह से representative नहीं होता. Please, you have to see to it, because in census method we are taking all, but when we are talking about the sample method, we are not taking everybody. So definitely it is not the representative of the total population there. ठीक है? Then not suitable for producing benchmark data, because it is reliable on an average only. ये एक on an average पे ही representative होता है, correct होता है on an average पे. So it's somewhere we can simply say that it is not that accurate. So I hope यहाँ तक clear है सबको. Now please tell me your doubts. Now I'm taking your doubts for the last 5 minutes. That what are your doubts regarding this topic? Please write in the chat box or raise your hand if you want to speak.